Okay, first thing I'm going to review today, okay, will be buying your own space again and how to set up. I'll show you how to install the software like I do, at least the way I do it. Okay, again, mostly I go through GoDaddy. So if you go to, and you can buy all kinds. People use Bluehost. So let's first, before we even start that, let's go to WordPress.org and see the ones that they recommend. Okay, so first thing we want to do is go to WordPress.org. Okay, on WordPress, they actually have suggestions on hosting. Okay, they have suggestions on hosting. Where are they at? I know they're here. Just give me 1 second. I know it's here somewhere. It's under. Not sure. Oh, there it is. Hosting. Thank you. So here's the suggestions from WordPress.org. Bluehost, DreamHost, Flywheel, and SoundGround. SiteGround. So, there's a whole bunch of hosts. Bluehost I've heard of before. And WordPress users, $3 a month. And you get a free domain. Okay, one-click WordPress install. Okay, get started now. So there you go. For $3 a month, you can have your own space. Now, of course, this is for a basic site. And what I mean by basic, it's not necessarily anybody can set up a WordPress and put the information on there. The real limitations you have is if you have a lot of users coming to your site. Let's say you're a business, right? If you're a business, one of the biggest challenges is, the WordPress is kind of slow. It's very server intensive. So, once you start getting 10,000 users at one time, coming to your site, it's going to just slow it down. Okay, and later today I'll talk a little bit about some plugins that you can use and some ways to speed up your site by caching. There's things called site caching, as well as taking your site and mirroring it around the world. And what I mean by mirroring it is you can take a WordPress site and put it on another server that's closer to the people that are accessing it, right? Like you can host it not only in the United States, but in Europe and Asia and places like that. And so we'll talk briefly about that a little bit later today. But again, that's what this is only $3 a month. Look at that. Not bad. Okay, so they have a whole bunch of WordPress hosting right there. Oh, now this one's $20 a month. Look at that. But it's optimized. Optimized hosting for WordPress. We're turning your passion for WordPress into the most amazing managed platform for your WordPress sites ever. $20 a month, though. What happened to $3 a month? That sounded better to me.
Jeff, why do you like GoDaddy versus other hosts?
Just because they answer the phone. Right? If you ever have a problem, you call and somebody will pick up the phone. Yeah.
So this is the alternative to GoDaddy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, this is what's on their website, on the WordPress.org. These are the people that they're kind of pushing. So you got Bluehost, DreamHost, Flywheel. These are just ones that they're suggesting that you could sign up for. Yes. And I used to use Lunar Pages, but I didn't like their cPanel. And so I never liked Lunar Pages cPanel. And what is cPanel? cPanel is the interface that you use to set up your server, right? And the GoDaddy one's very easy. It has icons that represent what you want. Where in Lunar Pages, which I used to use for 12 years at least, it was very archaic, their cPanel. So let's go, again, I'm going to go back to GoDaddy. I just use GoDaddy because, again, they are, they answer the phone. And it's not that expensive. I pay $140 a year, but I have the more advanced so that you all can use it, right? I started with a cheaper one, and then once I had 20 students in my class, it was overloading my server. So then I had to go to one level, and then I even went to the triple level, which was another $4 a month. So $4 a month, I could have 25 students all at the same time, and it seemed to work. So that's why. So again, you can put in a domain you want. I don't know, what are we doing here? We're doing West Valley Digital Media. How about that? All one word. And it's available, right? Okay. And of course, they'll give you free hosting, or if you sign up for a hosting. And again, the two hostings you got here is you got your WordPress hosting and basic web hosting. Now they both can use WordPress. Don't think that you have to use WordPress hosting just to use WordPress. I have the basic hosting here, and then you have to install the WordPress yourself. Is what I'm trying to say. So I have the web hosting here. I have the ultimate plan as I have because I have a lot of traffic. But you could sign up for the economy one. Probably just fine. If it's a small blog and you're getting a couple users a week, I mean it's fine. It's only when you have, you know, a couple thousand people coming all at the same time that you would need to really have a more robust server. And again, they give you a free domain with that. And of course, normal domains, if you don't sign up for hosting, what's a typical cost? Maybe $14, I think, a year or something like that. $15 a year, right? So, you know, you're getting for $4 a month, you know, right there, you're getting a free domain. That's saving you right there, right?
So the difference between the deluxe and the ultimate,
It's the
is that,
it's the memory.
yeah, is that hugely important for, a site that is like providing product to people, providing services and
I would start with maybe the middle one,
okay.
and then if it's overloading, they'll be glad to send you an email saying you're being overloaded. Why don't you consider upgrading? Because I've gotten that email before.
Okay, so they would probably suggest it before I start losing business.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're gonna start, probably start with the middle and then upgrade. I
They
teach.
don't like jack up the price because you waited.
I've been teaching the WordPress for 2 years, and sometimes, like this semester, I actually had 2 classes going at the same time. So on my server, I have some of the older students and newer students. My other class ended 2 weeks ago. So,
It's that SSL certificate. I mean, I worked with websites and when it expired, man, all hell broke loose because you got that message that it wasn't a secure site. Does that only happen when you have a certificate versus not having one?
I don't know. I don't know if you can. I understand what you're saying.
Because then if you don't have it active, you get this message that you might be a suspicious website. So I wondered with the middle one not having it at all.
That's a
just
good one.
avoid it.
So you suggested maybe sticking with the more expensive ones that have your secure server.
See, and that's my question also, that because they're offering it here at this point for $7.99, and then when you renew it's $16.99, if you start with the $4.99, who knows if it's gonna be $16.99 when you, right?
That's a good suggestion. Yes, I would probably start with the 799. If you're gonna have the transaction. Okay. Sure. So again, let me log in, and I'll show you how to. So again, I have the ultimate, I think. I might have deluxe. Actually, I still might have the deluxe with the upgrade deluxe. I think I have the deluxe with the upgrade deluxe. I think I really do. I don't know if I have the Ultima. I don't know. I'll see. It seems like that I upgraded. Okay, so once you have some server space, again, I don't have the WordPress hosting. I just have the regular hosting. But And did I not log in? Yeah, I did log in already. I don't know why it's asking me for what. What is it asking me for? I just want to go to my cPanel.
Up there by Jeff.
No, I didn't want to do that. Oh yeah, I did want to do that. So again, here's the cPanel. Basically, you can manage your website from here. You can add more domains. I don't know if you can have more than one domain at a time with my account. I probably can. You can transfer a domain. You can auction a domain. You can bid for a domain. Okay, so you can manage your domains. And then of course you have your web hosting. I have the ultimate. No, I do have the ultimate Linux hosting with cPanel. And I got till next September. Woo, I got a whole year. Okay, so then to install WordPress, I go to Manage. Again, this is the main window. It'll tell you how much of the processor you're using, how much memory you're using, number of processes, and so on. File usage. Okay, so I have a lot of files on there because I have multiple classes all going at the same time, and so on. These are all the different software that you can install. And so, you know, I don't really deal with it. FTP, you can set up accounts for people to FTP and so on. There's some tutorials. What else is on here? You can make yourself a database. Here's your web applications you can install. You can set up a subdomain. Like if I wanted a subdomain, like right now it's called Raskoff Media. In fact, just like I set you up here, where I have your last name at the end of the account, right, with a / and your last name. Instead of doing that, I could make a subdomain, which then I could set it up so it would be, let's say I'm selling ceramics. I can type in ceramics, and then it would be ceramics.raskoffmedia.com. So the difference between the way I set you up is I set you up on a folder, but I could have set all the students up with a subdomain, which is in front of the domain. So the difference between the subdomain is in front. If you made everybody on a folder, they're in the back, like I set you up with / and your last name, right? So, and the subdomain is great because then you don't have to tell people what to do at the end, right? And, you know, you say, hey, go to ceramics.raskoffmedia.com. In fact, that's the way my old server was set up. I set up a website for selling my ceramics that way. I haven't done it here. I'll probably do it today. I'll set my wife up so she can start selling her ceramics. How about that? So again, I could type in ceramics if I sell it, right? Is that ceramics with an S? How about that? Ceramics. And then I could put it on a folder. Well, it's going to make a folder automatically called ceramics. And then I can hit create. And it goes and makes a folder. And so right now people would go to ceramics.raskoffmedia.com, and now what I'll do is I'll go and install the WordPress in that directory. So this is a directory now. Basically a directory is a folder on the computer, right? On the server. Now I'm going to take the WordPress software and put it in that folder, and then I will log into that and start building. Right? So that's how you can do it. So let's go and install the WordPress on here. I can go to back to my where am I going? Go back. I said it says go back. I don't want this anymore. I want to go to my file manager. No, I don't want to go to my file manager. I want to go to applications. There we go. So in the applications is where I'm going to install my WordPress. Again, it's made a folder called ceramics. So I'm going to go and install the WordPress. So there's a whole bunch of software I can install in there. They offer all kinds through GoDaddy. All these, I don't know what any of them really do, but a lot of them are, I think, are add-ons to your WordPress, right? If I want to add a calendar and so on. So there's a whole bunch of applications in there. I'd love to have the time to go through and use a lot of these. I guess you could read about them. So there's email ones, wiki ones, guest book, a couple guest book ones. Again, here's the content management systems. There's a couple of them. There's a whole bunch of other ones. I'm not sure what all them do. Some photo ones. Oh, there's an RSS feed one. Look at that. So, again, I'm going to install WordPress. So I click on WordPress. And it's saying, hey, you want to install WordPress. It tells you a little bit about WordPress. And you say install application. First thing it's going to do is ask you which directory, and which directory did it make? Ceramics, right? So again, it's in ceramics because my subdomain is called ceramics.rest.me. So it should work, I hope. We're going to try it, but I believe this is how you can do it. Remember, it already made the folder ceramics, I believe. Hopefully I'll make another one. And then it tells you what version of WordPress. Of course, you need to accept a licensing agreement. I do not automatically update. That takes a long time because what it does is it backs up your server. Okay, and I clicked on that once, and what it did was whoosh, took about a half hour at least. But of course, you might want to back up. So I'm going to turn that off for right now. Now it also says WordPress plugin automatically update. I say do not automatically update WordPress plugins. The reason why is if they change the plugin and it's not compatible with your theme, then it won't work. Okay, so you got to be careful of what is installed automatically because of certain things might break your WordPress, and that's very common. Very common. Now, I don't do WordPress websites for a living, but I talked to Sam. Sam is the web development teacher, and he does, all WordPress sites. And he says it's often, when they update the plugin or update the theme, that it either breaks the plugin or either the theme breaks the plugin or the plugin breaks the theme. So be wary of automatically updating that. Same with do not automatically update the theme. How do you know when they come out with a new update? You just need to manage your site. I'm sure some of the themes you can sign up for when you buy a theme, or when you. I'm sure you can get on their mailing list, and if they make a change to the theme, they can send you a message, right? So just be careful of that. Create a backup and automatically restore backups if it fails. I'm not going to create a backup. Whoosh. Oh, I might use this one. I made a mistake here. I probably would do automatic update minor versions. It was this one, the backup one. This is the one I was thinking of that took a half hour over here. Then, of course, you set yourself up with a login and password. What is my login and password? I could be student. And of course, make yourself a strong password. Student, 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 right? Let me write that down so I don't forget my password. And you always forget your passwords, don't you? And then you can put your email in there. And putting your email in there, then when you build a form or you build any kind of contact information, it automatically go there. You can give your website a title. You can put yourself a tagline. This Cliff CLEF is a mobile app that you can then manage your web server or your WordPress from a mobile app. I've never used it, but this allows you to manage it with a, I guess, a mobile device. I don't know. I've never.
They give you the code to certify.
So I don't know. Has anybody tried that? Does it work?
Works great.
Works
Yeah.
great. There you go. So you might want to try managing your blog from your mobile device,
Yeah, it's easy.
because you take a picture with your
Right.
right. You use your phone for all kinds of stuff. You
Yeah.
take a picture with it, boom, upload it on your blog.
Yeah.
There you go. So this might be something you might want. I just never used it. Of course, you want to limit the login attempts. You guys all remember your 3 logins attempts, and then you're locked out for 20 minutes, right? Okay, so be careful of that. And then what else do we have? No, don't enable multi-site. Can enable later with WordPress. Enable yes, enable. I'm not sure what multi-site. I guess if you're collaborating with other people, maybe. Automatically manage advanced settings for me. It sounds good to me. I don't feel like dealing with advanced settings. And then I say install. And it will go and install the WordPress in that directory, right? Remember that directory is a folder on the server. Now, if you're not managing more than one, you don't need to go through that whole directory thing. You just put it on whatever domain name you have, and boom, you're gone. You know. So I just make folders because I have so many other users. And so if we go and look at all my folders now. Oh, still processing here. Still processing. Still processing. Maybe I can pause my. So in this case, here is my directory. So you can see I have 46 different folders with websites on them. 46 different WordPress. Again, these are all different students. You can see some of my previous student ones. Let's just look at them so we can see some examples. This one was a student who was moving to Germany, and she wanted to, she was a makeup artist in Hollywood, and so she was going to move to Munich, and she wanted to start her own business there. So she wanted to make a blog highlighting for her makeup, her models, I guess you would say. And she's done a lot of famous people in LA, but she can't put those on her site. So, oh, I've done makeup for this person, but she couldn't put it on there because they have rights over their image. But she was able to put some on there. And so, again, this is a website that's not quite a blog. It's more of a website, of course. And so she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. She put her little makeup up here. The first page, again, is this one where she has some tweets down here. She has her copyright. And, again, it says WordPress down there. And then, of course, she has her portfolio of her makeup. And a little slideshow. These are common slideshow. And here's a contact. She has a form you can fill out with the, of course, enter the text so it knows you're not a robot. CAPTCHA, right? Some kind of form of CAPTCHA. A lot of the forms will do that. And then, of course, a map she has. And then I kind of like this theme. It's nice and simple. You know, black text, white background with a little red sometimes in her quotes. And then her resume. And she got a master's in makeup training at a beauty academy. I thought that was a master's in makeup training. Interesting. Okay, so, you know, this is a typical site of somebody who, you know, make a nice simple site like that. That was a student there. This student was infatuated with the capitals. the Washington Capitals, and so he had a really good site. Again, he used the pull-down menu. If you remember how to make the pull-down menu, I will review that again today, how to make the menu again. In the pull-down menu is where you organize the menus, and you kind of drag them underneath the link that you want, right? So he had a pull-down menu here, a slideshow here, RSS feed here, and of course the calendar, or no, this is a player list, it looks like, and then a search box. And then of course the background, you could set as a background image. Most of the blogs and sites they separate the main content from the background in a window, right? So that's sort of the way that this student did it. It was a good site. It took a lot of time and effort, but of course the student really likes the Washington Capitals, so he spent a lot of time, making this blog, and so it's a nice example. And he kind of knew a little technology already. He works in Google. Still works in Google today. So, he works in accounting now, not building websites at Google. And then, of course, you all have a directory here, right? And so this was a nice one from last week. And remember the little favcon up here? Remember the favcon up here? So this was a good one. Again, this is more of a website and not necessarily a blog. And so again, you have your own directories here. Anybody have one they want to show already? No. Okay, let me see if my ceramic showed up. It's probably at the bottom. No. I don't know why that ceramics never worked. Oh, here it is. It did work. Raskoff Ceramics. I know. I think it does work though. If I go and type in ceramics.raskoffmedia.com, I think it'll still go to the same place. Yeah, it goes to the same place. It's just it made a folder on there. You can get there either way. Yeah. So the subdomain did work. We just need to build it there. Okay. So let me go through setting up and preparing again. We'll just do a review of something hopefully. And again, we're recording this. You can go back and watch it again later. Sit through it all over again. Okay. So let me go through some basic setups. Again, this is not going to be a blog, so let's go through some of the basic things here. Let me pause this video so it's not so long. I'm going to stop this recording.